So I had this pouch made to carry all of my tools. So I'm just going to show you what I keep in my toolkit every time I go down to check a fermentation. So if we're talking about microbes, we need our pH meter. So I take that with me as well as my squeezy bottle so that I can clean the tip and make sure that I don't get coffee stuff stuck in there. And I just really like this nice strong stream to be able to clean the tip of the pH meter. The next really important thing is temperature. So I actually have 3 different tools for temperature. I have this probe that actually goes into the coffee, and I've added a handle so that I can maybe check 2 things at once so this doesn't fall in, so I can check my pH and my temperature. So this is for inside the fermentation. I also have a little guy that gives me the temperature and humidity of my environment so that I know the outside of what my fermentation is working against. And then for coffee, I use this guy to get the surface temperature when we're down on the patio. So temperature is really important. And you might wonder, well, there's pH meters that also get temperature, but I'd like to switch these out very frequently. And my thermometer works, I've had the same thermometer for 6 years, whereas this I change out once a year. So if my pH meter and my thermometer were the same thing, then I would be changing out equipment more often than necessary. So I really like when tools have one job and one function and they do that well. So it's a personal preference. I'm not saying that's not good. It's just my personal preference is one thing for pH, one thing very specific for temperature, and then a separate refractometer. There's 2 options for refractometer. There's obviously a digital pocket refractometer, so I have one of those, and then the analog. So this is a pretty big price difference, right? These are maybe $300 and this is like $25. So because of the environment of the mill, and like I said, sometimes you drop things, I don't like to take this one out, so I actually don't keep this in my kit. I use this maybe as a reference. I don't think you need this at all. I'm just trying to get an overall impression of my fermentation, so this guy is enough. It's really easy, you don't need to be so specific. And then of course, I like to have a notebook and a pen to either write down some impressions or write down any comments that I can think about of how the coffee is smelling, how the coffee is looking, anything that will help me remember what's going on in that fermentation.